Hello YouTubers, this is Describe and thank you for watching this YouTube video. Right, so this video is going into the realms of something I made a long time ago on YouTube. And whether my opinions have changed or not on the, whether there's a God or not is not relevant to this video. But what we're going to talk about is the Lucifer video I made a number of years ago. I made several of them actually, and they got some kind of interesting responses. Some people say it was trolling, others seem to consider them to be academic in some ways. I'm not sure we can actually go as far as that. In some ways I may have been trolling the Christian cult, but whether or not the God in the Bible is a real entity, I mean, it's a possibility. What is important is the way it's being depicted, the way it's being written, right? And if you look at the Bible and read it, you realise that the God describes himself as an angry and jealous God, and he puts Adam and Eve in this garden where he planted a tree smack bang in the fucking middle of it, and with gold sparkling off it or something like that, like silver apples, silver and gold apples, on a tree, maybe they look like emeralds or something. We're talking about a Garden of Eden, and expected man to not eat it. I mean, if it was nowadays, right, and I'm going to put this bluntly out there, you think you wouldn't eat the apple. You wouldn't eat the apple. You'll stick the apple in the mouth of a pig and you'll roast it on an open fucking fire. That's what you would do. And then when the God in the Bible says, what have you done with the apples, you would say, well, I've eaten most of the animals with it. I mean, I just used them to relish them. I mean, that's exactly what you guys would actually do. You would actually eat the animals in the Garden of Eden, not just the bloody apples. The apples would be meaningless in the Garden of Eden nowadays. I mean, the snake would have an apple in its mouth and it'd be roasting on an open fire. I mean, that's exactly what we would probably do. And I don't necessarily not condone that. That's a bit of a negative statement. I'm not sure what I think about that, but that's exactly what those guys would do. Now, I do look kind of bright in this video, almost, angelic. I feel like I'm on the right spiritual path with this video, so we'll continue making the video. Right, I'm not trolling at all, believe it or not. So Lucifer and Satan, I mean, they're both kind of different entities, although they've been gelled together by the Christian cultish, followers. Satan and Lucifer weren't bad in the Bible. As I said, Lucifer and Satan freed mankind from this Godhead in the Bible. And because of that, both of them were smeared. Absolutely smeared. A massive smear campaign. I mean, almost everything is their fault. Almost. So, all the rain, all the global warming, every single thing was blamed on these two individuals, and really they were going against the Godhead. There's kind of a symbolic statement where you have this angelic being like you guys, maybe like me, shining like a golden sun or something. And he went against the state, right? So it's a bit like a anarchist in a way. He went against the state, and the state demonized the Lucifer and Satan, because Satan basically went into the Garden of Eden and said, listen, you can be more than this. You don't have to be running around eating apples, off the ground. I mean, you could eat some really good shit. Right? You could be, as he said, like gods. Now, maybe that's gone a little bit too far, but you could create rather than being lazy bastards in this Garden of Eden. You're doing nothing. You're just following whatever your leader says. You're sheep. That's exactly what you are. He said, learn knowledge, learn it. It's good to know. It's good to know things. It's good to be creative. Eat the fucking apple, you dumb fucks. That's what Satan did. and for that he was punished because, I don't really see what's so wrong about knowing knowledge and understanding good and evil. I mean, you need to understand this, but in many ways, the God in the Bible then punished them and said, "How dare you actually influence my creation?" Even though the fucker left it in the Garden of Eden. He left this tree as a mark of choice. Now, as I said, if it was us, and I mean, I know if it was you sick fuckers, if you got the Garden of Eden, right? That snake would be on a stick and being turned on an open fire, being roasted as the God came back, and he'd probably go, "Holy fucking hell, what are you doing?" That's exactly what it would be like nowadays. It'd probably be worse than that, actually. I mean, you'll be getting people, but fucking, I don't know what they'll be doing, all sorts of fucking weird shit. Alright, and they would create a situation where, the God in the Bible would be so shocked. I mean, you couldn't write it as today. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it in a proper way where you would say the evils of mankind today. You couldn't compare it with that in the Bible. The Bible is soft shit, right? Adam and Eve were doing basically nothing. They got punished for just eating the fucking apple. I mean, you guys, no way would you survive the Garden of Eden without getting chucked down. So, yeah, I mean, I do believe that in the symbology of this Bible and what it meant, that the God in the Bible described himself as jealous. He killed people because they weren't doing the right thing, or as he wanted to give them choice, but they weren't doing the right thing. And even when he basically told, was it Abraham or one of those fuckers in the Bible who went up on a hill to kill his son, and then he goes, "I'm just fucking joking with you," right? I mean, the God, just think about that. Just think how dark that actually is. You would imagine Satan doing something like that. "I want you to sacrifice one of your family to me." Right? That's something evil would actually do. Now, of course, I mean, we don't know the full ins and outs, but I mean, just basing it on the Bible alone, I mean, it does appear to be quite dark and sinister. Another thing is, when Jesus, right, was going to crucify himself, he was going to hand himself into the state, and they were going to crucify him. He said that, why are you being so fucking thick, mate? Just walk away from it. I mean, nobody's really after you. I mean, you're just walking straight into a bloody trap. I can give you the world. I mean, he sort of said that. I mean, basically what he's saying is, if you do make the right choice here, you can be open to a lot of possibilities in your life. If you make the wrong choice, you're just going to be crucified, mate. You're just going to be burnt alive. I mean, why would you want that? I mean, you've got two choices. You can be a dumb fuck, or you can have this. I mean, which one do you want? And the God in the Bible said, "No, fucking get yourself killed, mate." And the devils, or the Satan and Lucifer were saying, "Don't do that. Don't be a dumb fuck." What did Jesus decide to do? Be a dumb fuck. He just walked into it. It's like a big trap. And allegedly he died and rose again after 3 days, whatever. Now, there might be a chance that he comes back, like a fucking zombie or something. I mean, this is very, very dark stuff when you think about it. And, I can't really pinpoint a bad thing that Satan or Lucifer actually did in the Bible. But I can pinpoint some very, very dark, sinister stuff that the God actually did in the Bible. Even though he said, "Well, I can do that because I'm the creator." It's something to think about. So, who was the good guy in the Bible? Lucifer and Satan. Because they gave mankind choice. They said, you have a choice and you should make those choices yourself. Now you can be sinister motherfuckers if you wish, and then you will have to take the consequences for that, or you can be creative and be like God. And what did God say? He said, I created man in my image. Right? So why wouldn't the God in the Bible want man to be similar to the Creator? Maybe Lucifer and Satan were working hand in hand with the Creator all along, and this was just one big test. I mean, you don't know that. Just think about it for a second, and leave your comments down below, and I'm sure you'll say how angelic I actually look with a shiny white face because of all these fucking lights. But anyway, I'm sure I'll get this, this kind of technology sorted out sooner or later. Things are improving. That's a good thing. Have a good day. See you later.